What's going on, Pricey popcorn people? I'm Brady, back with Benny OK. We're keeping the ball rolling with some exciting topics. Ben, what are we getting into today?
Well, today, Brady, we are talking about two of the greatest cartoons of all time, sharing some praise and maybe trying to decide which is better. We're talking about Teen Titans and Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's the battle of Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon.
It's a good battle.
Yeah.
I feel like Cartoon Network wins for me.
Probably me too. Just because,
I think it's just better.
You get anime on there too. So, like...
Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, with Teen Titans and Avatar, Ben and I, we've been talking about this one for a little while. It's been in the works. I think it just came up in casual conversation. I'm more of... I love both. We want to get into the praise of enjoying these, two fantastic TV shows. But I'm more of a Teen Titans guy a little bit. Ben's more of an Avatar guy. So we're going to have a friendly debate potentially at the end of this, and maybe someone will be yelling and screaming and throwing hands.
I don't know. We'll see if we get there. But yeah, I'm an Avatar guy. The thing is, when I was younger, it was always Teen Titans for me. There was a lot that I liked about it. There's definitely a lot there to attract kind of that, like, angsty young boy in me. But like as I've watched them both a little bit more in adulthood, I don't know, Avatar is the one that sticks out the most to me. But not to say either of them are.
They're both stellar shows from start to finish. I don't think there's anything else. But they're both super adult themed, super, life lessons and actual character development. I don't think there's any other cartoons that really hold up, besides like anime, of course.
Yeah, and
doesn't really count for
adult animation. I don't know. Other cartoons that I would try to put up there. Well, like your Adventure Times are not the sort of cartoons that are like telling that depth of a dramatic story.
Yeah, I'd still put I wouldn't put BoJack in that conversation.
Right.
BoJack's a whole different thing.
Yeah, no.
But I'd say Adventure Time's fair game to compare.
Yeah, well, like if we're talking about cartoons made for kids, the thing about Adventure Time is, from my understanding, like, it gets weird and it gets deep and conceptual, but it doesn't tell like the kind of sprawling sort of story that Avatar does, and I don't think it gets as heavy as... I don't know. I might compare it to Teen Titans. Just because a guy who says Avatar over Teen Titans, I'd put...
I would say Avatar does have the more like circular story. It does have like a central plot throughout, just because that's just the way it's set up. It's just about Aang being the last Airbender and him, doing the thing.
Yeah, Teen Titans is more of one of those shows where every episode's separate.
It is, but there's a central plot. There's just not an end.
Right.
Like there's not like an event that happens that there's an end. Like when they ended Teen Titans, they quote unquote said there's going to be another season. They keep teasing that it'll be another season. So like,
how did it end? Did it just like?
I don't know if it got canceled.
Because Avatar, technically, there's thoughts that perhaps there would be a book 4 air.
Yeah, with them in the future.
Yeah, which was made into not in in the immediate future.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I don't think people would have wanted to see that as much.
I don't know. They made it into a comic, and they did.
Everyone would have, because you love Aang and the gang. But Teen Titans, spoiler, I guess, guys. This is the spoiler at this point. If you haven't seen either show, I'd say turn off the podcast or start watching it. But yeah, Teen Titans ends with Tara. So Tara comes in, and she's a Beast Boy, and Tara gets her memory wiped by Slade, and Beast Boy's trying to like convince her, oh, like you're a Teen Titan, like you're Tara, like you remember me and the gang and everyone, and she's like, I have no idea who you're talking about, like go away, and she runs off, and like that's the second to last episode. The last episode's I think just like something random, they fight some guy, but yeah, it's like the second to last episode. It's super sad.
Yeah.
But there was supposed to be another season that like followed up on like what happened and why that, why it unfolded that way.
Interesting.
But Avatar, it's kind of a little unfair to compare just because, Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar feels complete, and it's a different sort of show. Like, I feel like Teen Titans, yeah, there's like a narrative that kind of is going through the whole thing. But most episodes, you end up with the characters, for the most part, just kind of setting back to normal, like any episode of Family Guy.
That's fair.
You know,
but there still is good character development throughout.
For sure.
And that's why I think it's like the top tier echelon of this.
Because you definitely notice a difference between first season, when they're all kind of, each Titan is sort of off in their own world. They're not really that tight. And then by like season 3, they're all like, even Raven's palling around and, you know, joking with everybody.
But the praise for Avatar is there too. I mean,
yeah. See, I mean, I like the fact that Avatar goes out of its way to tell a very like linear and
not a lot of kids shows
story.
Do that.
No, and that is again one of the things that I really appreciate about Avatar is that it takes its audience seriously. It doesn't treat kids like they're big dummies.
That's true.
Like, there's a lot of valuable life lessons in there. It covers a lot of really deep themes, and
so does Teen Titans.
I mean, I agree, but yeah, I mean, of course it does as well. But I don't think you can give either the edge in that regard.
We'll get into that a little bit later because I think you can. I think it's worth noting before we move on. The follow-up, I guess technically follow-ups to each show, like Legend of Korra is a direct sequel to it, but Teen Titans Go, you could argue it is and it's not. Like it's the same thing, but it's not.
I would love to see the actual sequel of Teen Titans where you have Nightwing rolling around fighting crime, Starfire as an adult, you know, see Cyborg really hit peak form. That would all be so cool. Beast Boy's a character too that I would love to see more of, and like, let's get a live action Beast Boy.
I don't know why DC doesn't do more Teen Titans stuff.
I know, like that. You'd think that's a hit. I think there's like some live action DC Young Justice League show or something.
Yeah, there's something bad because they made Beast Boy. They killed they slaughtered the casting.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I saw something on Twitter where people were like, why? Kind of like the Avatar one.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, why are they doing this?
Yeah, they just... that was a mess of a movie.
But yeah, Teen Titans... we were talking about this before we started airing. Teen Titans Go is just like... It's not good. It's so cringy. It's kind of... Like, Korra's good. Korra's good. It's not Avatar.
Korra starts a little slow.
It's not Avatar. But it's still like... It's worth watching. Mm-hmm. I could pick out some episodes that are like a must watch.
Right. It really adds to the lore and everything. But
yeah, Avatar. Have you seen the Avatar 1 episode yet?
See, I'm not very far into Korra. I got slowed up because of the fact that in like the early, they get into too much of like the high school dating drama.
Yeah, I got through that as well. I watched like the first 3 episodes and then took a month off before I came back.
Yeah. See, I'm about ready. I've watched the Avatar like 5 times through since I started and let go of Korra, to be honest.
Yeah, but Teen Titans Go is... So, I've seen enough of it, I guess I can give an honest critique of it. It's like not... I don't know. Ben hasn't seen... when was the last time you saw Teen Titans? It's been a while.
Well, I mean, I've been like... I sprinkle it into my nightly television watching.
I probably haven't rewatched it in 2 or 3 years at least. Maybe so like 3 years.
Since quarantine, I've gotten into like season 3, you know.
Yeah.
Out of 5.
But like my thing is, why would you watch Teen Titans Go when you probably could just rewatch Teen Titans and enjoy it?
No, totally. I think
almost as a first time.
Yeah, the only reason you'd want to watch Teen Titans Go is if A, you're a kid, that's all you got.
And like a super fan.
Or B, a super fan, somebody who really loves Teen Titans. You want to spend more time with those characters.
But it's just so different that it's not. It's like the same characters, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, some people like that kind of cutesy. Like,
yeah, I'm with you.
There's an Attack on Titan middle school weird kind of show that like. I'm weird.
They
I
do
don't mean
decently cool.
Weird,
like there's episodes that are definitely probably worth watching, and there's probably there's moments that are good, but it's just some of it's so cringy. It's not worth the.
Right.
Like why go? I don't know how long it is, so I don't know why. But just like why would you go through? I don't know, 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, really got to read the filler list for that one.
Yeah, just to see a few cool moments. The movie was okay. The movie was probably the best of what you're going to get from Teen Titans Go. It actually had like a plot to it, and it wasn't just nonsense.
Right. Yeah. There's some YouTube video that I watched ages ago from Cosmonaut Variety Hour, who has a video that's like, Teen Titans Go is good. You guys are just meanies or bullies or something. Babies.
I mean, that's fair.
But he is coming from the perspective where he's a big comic book fan and like is a shill for anything that comes out, really. But still like sees the value. I don't know. Whatever. Not an opinion that matters in this context. But I don't know. Teen Titans Go, not something I would go for. But
Korra definitely is.
Korra definitely is. So I guess I gotta ask you at this point, what to you puts Teen Titans above Avatar?
So the number one thing for me, and I think on my last rewatch, I was watching with one of my roommates and I've really noticed it. I think just like the adult themes and how heavy it is just something that like, cause I watched it as a kid when it came out, but then when I rewatched it, I was like, holy shit, like this is some heavy shit.
Totally.
Specifically, I think the Slade and Robin interaction is probably the one that stands out to me the most, just because like Robin has PTSD after his whole like fight with Slade, and there's a whole episode about how like he thinks Slade's beating his ass and like fighting him, and it's just like him in his own head, and just like the whole Slade in general is just like a nightmare villain throughout the whole thing. And before you, so yeah, I'd say like the adult themes and then like Slade as a villain. And before you bring up Zuko, because that's obviously where you're going to go next, Zuko versus Slade. Zuko's by far the better character, but because his character development's probably like the best maybe in any TV show ever, regardless of cartoon or live action. But he like comes around at the end and like, he's not just like Slade's a nightmare. Slade was never meant to like.
Well, that would be the Fire Lord. That would be Zuko's father.
Yeah.
Which I mean, Slade's
definitely better than Fire.
Yeah. And is that because of screen time or like importance to the story? I don't know. I mean, yeah.
I mean, Zuko. The whole part of Avatar was to have Zuko become good at the end and like his redemption arc.
One of the whole points.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, obviously that's a big thing. So, no, I mean, a lot of what you said resonates with me. There's definitely adult themes in Teen Titans, and I don't know if there's anything in Avatar that attacks mental health
it just felt so heavy to me.
PTSD in that sort of way.
It's so heavy. It's like, I can't like, holy shit, they're talking like they're doing this right now on the show. Like Avatar, 100% adult themes, and like they talk about genocide and war and
and like
so
really
cultural
tough themes of like,
acceptance and
and revenge and forgiveness and the duality of war and everything, and there's good and evil on both sides.
But nothing ever seems. It does seem dumbed down like it's made for kids in that aspect, because it's not
right.
There's nothing that jumps out like, holy shit, I can't believe they're doing this. Like mercy's always shown. It's not too. It never feels like it's too much for a kid.
Totally. And so what I'm thinking there is that is just because of the fact that there's the kind of like mercy shown and it's oriented towards kids doesn't mean that the themes aren't still just as hard hitting.
I agree.
I don't necessarily just think that darker means more complex.
So I can I'll level with you on this. If I had a kid and I was making them watch one for the first time, I'd pick Avatar. Because they could learn more valuable life lessons, because it's more kid-friendly and more like teaches you how to forgive, like you said, and teaches you how to accept people and when they're different, and learn about all the different themes throughout Avatar. I'm just saying with like Teen Titans, like it's heavy, and I'm coming from it from an adult perspective too, I guess, like for us, because no kids are no one under 16s listening to this or watching this. So like no kids, we're not talking just for kids. All can see 100%. Like if you're making a kid watch it for the first time, you got to go Avatar. There's a reason Avatar was on Nick.
Yeah, I guess you're right, because Cartoon Network definitely is aiming for that older audience. I also think that Teen Titans, in the way that the show is structured and presented, can do those kind of darker themes, because you'll go 10 episodes where they don't really do much of anything, and then they'll hit you with that kind of a thing. Not 10 episodes, I may be exaggerating there, but like because of the fact that it's more of an episodic format, there's of course like a moral to each episode, but then they'll come at you with like the serious stuff, where I think that those kinds of, and like I said earlier, it kind of to a degree resets at the end of each episode. Where in Avatar they constantly dealing with they're dealing with the ramification of the heavy stuff that happens throughout the whole show. That's always, they're still able to have their
Avatar set up its chapters, like you have the different books, and each episode's a different page of that book, where Teen Titans is like just one book. Each episode's its own book in a series.
Well,
so you have a resolution at the end of the book.
I don't think that like the Avatar is so in a form in that way. Like it's just a normal TV show. It just happens to call the season's chapters.
Well, they're books, I believe.
Or books, rather.
Yeah, but like that's like these like it goes the whole book, like all season one's like one story. Where like Teen Titans,
like a normal TV show.
Season 1 episode, season 1 episode 1's no, you can't say like a normal TV show, because there's a ton of TV shows that aren't like that.
Especially
not even
for
cartoon.
children.
Yeah, but there's a ton of episodes of like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like there's a ton of Friends, Seinfeld.
Especially Seinfeld. Well, not comparing all of those. Like, would you call better? Would you call Breaking Bad and Seinfeld equals? Because,
No, I'd say they have different story. Like again, Seinfeld's like every episode's its own book, where it has it ends. It's when the episode's over, it's over.
Mm-hmm. It's all self-contained.
With Breaking Bad, pretty much
telling them more, and each is just as valid, I suppose, in a sort of way.
Yes.
I just prefer, as somebody consuming content.
No, I do
adult,
too. I do prefer that.
The way that the Avatar television show tells its story.
I do prefer that, and I think Teen Titans would be. There'd be no debate if it told that story.
Yeah, and I just don't think you can discredit the amount of kind of deep themes that go into the Avatar just because it's like painted in brighter colors.
No, I don't want to discredit it. I just the stuff in Teen Titans is so, and I got some more too. It's like Robin with PTSD. I think like Slade overall as a villain is fantastic. And like he's, like I said, if I could describe, I'd say he's a nightmare, because he's just like he's a presence
for like the
there.
pure evil kind of villain.
Yeah,
Slade is.
The Beast Boy heartbreak at the end is that's heavy stuff.
Robin is to Slade as Zuko is to his father, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
To a degree.
Yeah, but
there's obviously differences there.
But when Beast Boy gets his heart broken by Tara, that's a.
When Zuko gets his heart broken when his girlfriend becomes the moon.
That's Sokka.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I say Zuko?
Yeah, that's Sokka. I know. You know.
Names.
But
headbands.
There's no AMVs made to Avatar: The Last Airbender, but every sad artist who's ever made a song throws their.
That's just because of the aesthetic.
That's
because of the aesthetic. Yeah.
That Beast Boy shit's sad, man. And then so I haven't watched it in a few years, so I don't remember. Like Robin has her own like deep shit. Like Robin's whole arc is really dark.
Are you talking about Robin or Raven?
Raven, sorry, Raven. My bad. Raven told stories like dark and.
Right. Yeah. Raven's my favorite character on Teen Titans for sure. Because she has the most going on in terms of like she's got that family baggage, she's got major daddy issues.
Well, then, so what would you say is your number one for why Avatar? Is it just like the overall like comprehensive, complete story? And
I think the overall and the really well fleshed out characters. that see each character sees a lot of growth.
I can agree with that, but yeah, again, I think you'll have that. That's just something that you typically get.
Right. So in a way, you're comparing apples to oranges because like the Teen Titans are meant to be more of characters, where But
I think
in Avatar,
what they did in Teen Titans is very impressive because not a lot of TV shows have that kind of growth in the episodic format.
I don't know that there's like that much growth though. It's
I think between all of them, there's a ton of growth. Like you get their backstories, you learn more about them. Like especially with Robin, I'd say Robin has it more than anyone else because he technically is the focus of the show. But they all do have it.
Right.
It's just not as like apparent because.
But there's definitely like a lot of questions left.
Oh, for sure. I wish.
I
wish there's more.
But
again, we're looking at a small period of.
Yeah, it wasn't like, and it's not a show that totally got to see its full vision, maybe because maybe it got canceled or something. They didn't go through to the end, which is a shame. That's a nice thing about Avatar is it feels super complete. I mean, nice thing. I just mean that like it has that's a benefit for it.
I just gotta throw this in, and it's still we're gonna debate on this one. You might agree with me. It's still International Women's Month.
Indeed.
Teen Titans is more kick-ass women.
I disagree totally. I literally disagree. Because you have Terra, you have Raven, you have Starfire.
Yeah.
In Avatar, you have Suki, you have Katara, you have Azula, you have Ty Lee, you have May, and you have...
Yeah, but Raven, Starfire, and Tara are just more kick-ass. They get it done.
I don't know. Katara is kick-ass. Azula, I mean, she's evil, but she's
Ty Lee
powerful.
was my favorite.
Ty Lee can dance, and and they do a good job with her of like not making her just some ditzy. Like she's complex.
Little Brady was intrigued watching.
I'm sure.
Ty Lee. I'm sure a lot of my friends can relate to that one.
Well, I think she's like 16.
Yeah, I was like 7 watching it.
Yes, I know. Past y'all can relate to that in the past if you want.
The nostalgia of being like, "Whoa."
Right.
10-year-old
things that make you go, "Whoa."
Eating cereal on the couch, watching Teen Titans on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm sorry, not Avatar in this case. Yeah.
So, I mean, thinking about the female characters in Teen Titans, I mean, I think, like, I definitely can't discredit, Raven.
They also get
Starfire or Terra. But, I just, and Toph. I didn't even say Toph.
I think Toph's the most kick-ass one.
Yeah, Toph is obviously the most, literally, she'll kick anybody's ass. She's cool. I didn't like, Toph annoyed me as a kid, but now, like on this watch through, I'm all about Toph.
Yeah, I like
Toph's
Toph.
Cool. Toph's cool.
Toph's story's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great story. And then obviously Katara's story is really cool. I like how I like what they do with Suki and like her whole clan of female warriors. Like they could have easily just been like, face painted characters that you only get a little bit of, but they actually bring them into the story.
Well, they needed the female love interest for
Sokka.
For Sokka after his girlfriend turned into the moon.
That was a shame. I would be so sad if my girlfriend turned into the moon.
The memes about that are amazing.
Yeah, that's a sad arc. But
again, it's not as heartbreaking.
No.
As Beast Boy getting left by Tara.
Yeah, but that's like the central. Is it as heartbreaking as Zuko, in his whole plight? Because that's like Beast Boy and Tara. That's like the central thing, in a degree. Like that's the big relationship dynamic in the show. When there are in Avatar, to me, there are just like more complex relationship dynamics going on all over the place.
I can agree with that. I don't have a rebuttal there.
I don't know. That's how I'm feeling right there. But again, Teen Titans is fine. It's once again comparing apples to oranges to a certain degree.
I got one more that I think you might agree with me on. I think all the arcs throughout Teen Titans are better. Like each character's arcs are just better. Nothing's left, like nothing's dull. Where like you don't flush out Suki's arc so much. Besides like Aang, Katara, Zuko, and Sokka, you don't like get as great of arcs. Like I would have loved to see more of Uncle Iroh's arc. Like you only get bits and pieces.
Right, but Uncle Iroh's not like one of the central characters. He's kind of like an R2D2 almost.
Oh. Okay.
I'm with you. Like I will say, Toph. I feel like they don't give Toph enough of a conclusion.
So I gotta pedal backwards here, because I just thought of something. So the only thing that's more I'll give you the heartbreaking one, when Uncle Iroh's singing the song at the tree as he like brings his dead son, and he's lighting the. Yes. That's tough.
Thank you for feeding me
that.
That's
tough.
That's something I should run on, because that.
That's some heavy shit. That's sad.
Yeah, exactly. Like they go into it. They don't shy away from the stuff.
That's sad.
And they show how.
If you want to live and you want to have feelings, just Google Uncle Iroh son song.
Yeah, mourning his son. Oh, speaking of songs, Secret Tunnel.
Oh,
are there any bang? I mean,
that irks
Teen
me.
Titans soundtrack.
The soundtrack bangs. It's better than the Avatar one.
What, like the theme song?
Yeah.
Or like the entire song?
Teen Titans.
Yeah, I mean, Avatar doesn't even have a theme song. Like it's just.
I mean,
the narration.
Yeah.
But I mean, that show.
The Teen Titans bangs.
Remember that show, Hi Puffy Amiyumi? It's the two women who do the Teen Titans theme song. They had their own little cartoon where they're like little animated girls.
I did not know that.
This. Yeah, it was a short run, but it was on around the same time. Yeah, so that song bangs. I mean, the surf rock influences in there.
It's good.
It's super cool.
It's good.
So, but Secret Tunnel. I mean, I love that.
That actually irks
episode.
Me. That actually irks me.
Secret Tunnel. No, I love it. The fact that it's like been memed on TikTok at this point.
Yeah, that song irks me.
That's fair. I mean, I am all about it. I like those characters. I love the fact that they run into some hippies. And I love how they kind of... Avatar answers a lot of questions with stuff like, fleshing out water bending. You can bend water. Well, guess what? You can kind of bend plants too and like connect with the swamp. And you can bend blood, but you just don't do that.
What about the cabbage guy?
And, yeah.
That's a good...
I don't know. Not somebody I think of all the time. I knew he's a fan favorite.
So, you kind of convinced the Uncle Iroh. I forgot about that scene. That one hits. So here's where I'm at. Avatar is a better kid show, but I'd still if you haven't seen any of them and you're in your 20s, I'd say watch Teen Titans.
I think it depends on what you're looking
Teen
for.
Titans more.
I mean, yeah. I don't know, because people love a story.
I agree.
I think if you want something to like have on and like binge watch, I bet you could get a lot of mileage out of Teen Titans. Though you can...
no, if you're going to binge something, binge
both.
Avatar. Yeah, watch them both. But I just feel like Teen Titans is the more...
I feel like Teen Titans is good background content to a degree.
Superheroes are hot. I feel like more people would enjoy Teen Titans and alright. I mean, I
don't know, because both hit streaming services in the last year, and Avatar's the one that's been the biggest.
That's fair. But it's also, what's Avatar on Netflix versus
Netflix compared to HBO Max, yeah. So
it's not fair.
Not the same level of accessibility.
I mean, but like, I guarantee you Avatar's would be number one either way. Because everyone was on Nickelodeon as a kid, Like Avatar.
I guess, like,
yeah.
Cartoon Network was low-key, like, the kind of...
You had to be older for that.
Or you had to be the weird kid. I don't know. I was on Cartoon Network the whole time. Growing up, like... I mean, I wasn't one of the kids watching... I wasn't one of the kids watching, Adult Swim. I wasn't allowed, but, Like, I was partial to Cartoon Network from birth.
There were some messed up shows on Adult Swim.
Yeah, you're telling me, man.
Children's Hospital?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. The one where there's like a clown doctor or something.
Yeah, he's a famous actor.
Really?
Yeah, we'll have to look him up. He's famous. I just saw him the other day. He's famous.
But then there's like Super Jail and Metalocalypse.
Oh,
and like,
Super Jail's funny, and Metalocalypse is I don't know how they let that show on there. It's hilarious.
How about the one? What's the one with the food?
I love Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Aqua Team Hungry Force. Yeah.
But the best one is Harvey Birdman Lawyer.
I don't know. Have you seen like what's the one with the Mr. Pickles? Is it Mr.
Yeah, it's Mr. Pickles with the dog. Yeah, that's
satanic dog.
Oh my! There's some gems on Adult Swim.
I'm a sucker for like a nice 15-minute Adult Swim show.
And Robot Chicken's the best one.
Robot Chicken is great. Yeah, I used to watch that all the time, man. I like those because it's like, oh, what's happening on the screen? That doesn't matter. I don't know.
Anyways,
I guess I just want to get one like gripe out about Avatar. So the one thing I don't understand is why does everybody just accept that Aang is the Avatar? You're telling me in 100 years they didn't think, well, he surely must be dead. Let's try to name a new Avatar. There's no conflict with somebody like saying that he's the Avatar. There's no like fake Avatar, and they really just believe him at his airbending. Like he couldn't just be pulling some tricks. It's like the general public is like, oh, you must be the Avatar, as if he wasn't gone for 100 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, but again,
like nobody thinks this is weird.
Kids show. I mean, I guess because
they flesh out so many other details.
I guess it's because he's an airbender, and they said the Avatar is
the proof's in the pudding to them.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, there's a dude that can airbend, but then like it kind of messes it up. Oh, we can't talk about this because you haven't seen Korra.
Oh. Well, if it addresses it in Korra.
It doesn't address it, but things happen in Korra that would, if it happened like before Aang came back, I mean, it couldn't with the story and everything, but
Right. Yeah,
you really have to just watch Korra so we can talk about it.
Yeah, I guess we'll do a follow-up because I should finish Korra soon. I'll rewatch
it with you. I'll rewatch it with you.
I'm just going to start where I am, man.
I'll just skip the episodes I didn't like.
Yeah, I gotta skip. The thing is, Grace and my partner and I were watching it, so
there's stuff.
Maybe we'll see.
Season 2 is my favorite. The villain in season 2 is fantastic.
Right.
He's a Thanos like themed.
Ooh.
Like he's trying to do good.
Oh, he thinks he's like. Oh, are they getting into that a little bit? Do they introduce him in season 1 or maybe
not at all
on season 2?
Season 1's the.
It's been a while since I've tried to check it out.
Season 1's with the anti-benders.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for that villain. Have you been on season 2?
I don't know.
What's the theme of that?
Entertain. I can pull up my Netflix and see where I'm at in it. But
hey guys, we're gonna give you some bonus content, so we're gonna end this one, but we're gonna keep going in case anyone cares. Thanks for watching Pricey or listening Pricey Popcorn. Be sure to share with a friend and continue rocking with us. Keep giving us ideas, and if you want to hang out and listen to us for an extra bonus 4 or 5 minutes, go ahead. But consider the podcast over. Peace out.